Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Mike Sparks, who's the head football coach at Charlotte. How's it going?
Great. How you doing, Casey?
I'm doing well. Let's talk about how this week has been going. Today is the first official day in pads. How has the first week of practice been, and overall, how has the summer been?
Yeah, so far it's been quite good. We've had near record participation numbers in our off-season programming this past summertime. So we were able to get much accomplished and kind of lay the foundation for what we've been trying to do this week, which is try to just get the fundamentals down, make sure that we're working hard on efficient movement, and of course building up some endurance that will help us withstand a 9-game season, much less, we all have aspirations to play those additional 5 weeks at the end of the year. So we want to make sure we get our bodies in shape and get them ready to go. But all in all, it's been a good start.
So what's the outlook for Charlotte heading into 2025?
Casey, I don't think we can even talk about the outlook until we take a look at what transpired last year. Last year, we had one of the smaller rosters that we've had in my 6 years here, and we ended up 3-6, but we were in every game, and we happened to lose two overtime games in one season, right? And so, with a small roster, trying to get guys fired up to play extra quarters of football, one of them actually went into a double overtime, and that was difficult for us. So we try to take those lessons and learn from them, and become stronger and bigger and faster and have more endurance. So with that, we feel like we've got a pretty solid number of varsity players. We feel like our depth is better than it was last year, and therefore we feel like those are the things that kept us from achieving the success we wanted last year. So we're really hopeful. Of course, that comes with some other issues, right? We have some inexperience as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of the kids and some of the players that'll be returning for you guys this year.
Yeah, so we'll have a new guy under center. We have a two-way battle right now in camp with a young sophomore who's done good things for us in our sub-varsity program, Landon Garn. But he is being contested by a senior who hasn't played in some time, but he's the point guard of our basketball team, Evan Koloski. So both really good athletes, very cerebral, really good at running our offense, which is fantastic. I think we have a lot of new faces and new names that will come into play in the skilled positions, but one that's returning for us is Jack Davey. We're real excited about him. He's he's like a utility knife in our backfield and with our skilled positions. And then our returning tight end is Colton Carey, who led our team in receptions last year and is a good presence for us, blocking at the point of attack and doing some things of that nature. We're really going to be anchored in the offensive and defensive lines. That's going to be the key for us. We do bring back two starters in Levin Malloy and Jacob Weaver, and then we have a returning senior who was injured last year, Kim Strahan, who's going to do a great job, and then a junior who started both ways for us, Tayshawn Whitfield. So if we can keep those guys healthy, we feel like we've got a chance against pretty tough competition week in and week out, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Okay, you just talked about some of the kids. Now let's go through the upcoming schedule. Of course, starting off on August 28th, home against Three Rivers, and then September 5th, home against Eaton Rapids. September 12th at Lakewood. September 19th, home against Lansing Catholic. September 26th at Lansing Sexton. October 3rd, home against Ionia. October 10th, home against Olivet. October 17th at Portland, and then finishing out the regular season on the road, October 24th at Fowlerville. So pretty good schedule as always. You know how tough your division is. What's the just kind of preview what the year schedule is going to be like?
Yeah, so it's as tough as it's ever been, right? I mean, we happened to catch Three Rivers 2 years ago in a new coaching program, and kind of took them by surprise. They had a lot of success in the past, and there was a lot of changeover. Last year, they returned the favor. They really played great against us. They opened a new stadium against us, and yet a new coach who had been there, a veteran, Coach 25 years, I think, in the sub-varsity program, and then finally his his all-state baseball playing son premiered a quarterback against us. He was great. They were a great team. We knew that they would be a good team. That's a game that we are excited to start, right? We feel like we're somewhere in the middle. The 2023 season, we took them by surprise. 2024, they really put it to us. So we're really excited to see that matchup. They're a perennial playoff team on the west side of the state, generally Division 5, but we know that doesn't really make much of a difference. And then we go right into our big rivalry, right? We were going to go against Eaton Rapids. That's the local rivalry. Anything can always happen in a rivalry game. Those guys are working hard. They're in a second year of a new coach. Really, really good program. Lakewood, they're a great team as well. We got the better of them last year, but they had a ton of young guys that played. So we look at our schedule and we're like, wow, there's not one that you can just say, oh yeah, we feel really good about that. We have to prepare hard every week, get after it, because I haven't even talked about the perennial powers in the conference, which are Portland, Olivet finished second last year. Ionia is always a powerhouse. They're all playoff caliber teams. And then Lansing Sexton, who's as big and as physical as everybody else, and has been at it a little while as well. So I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but to close out with
Lansing Catholic.
well, Lansing Catholic, oh yeah, state runner-up, right, and multiple time state appearances. We're excited about every single one of those, but we know that we better take them one at a time.
Absolutely. So, with this week, of course, going now to full pads, now you can really focus on heading into the season. Of course, we've completed all the helmet practices, all the the 2 practices and uppers, and now it's full pads and full go till the end of the year.
Yeah, we're really excited about finding out how some of our young guys match up, right? I mean, it's real easy to run around. We call it practice in your underwear, right? Everybody can look good until the physical part of the game is what makes football football. And so we're really going to get a good taste of it today. We'll run a little inter squad scrimmage tomorrow to try to get some matchups and really see who stacks up where.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Mike, thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and best of luck this season for you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time, Casey. Appreciate it.